Hello and welcome. My name is Clayton Bridges, and today I'm going to be doing a few things to my computer, as well as my setup, actually. As you've seen in some of my previous videos, we took this desk that my computer and all my stuff is sitting on right now, took a top off of another free desk, refinished the wood, and did all this kind of fancy stuff. My cable management is pretty terrible on my desk. That's something that I'm hoping to take care of. I have these little cable management clips that have adhesive backings that will help me route wires, and I'm gonna try and rearrange some of my wiring to make it look as clean as possible, more specifically underneath the desk because it's a mess. So here's an idea of the nightmare that I'm referring to, and I mean, it's all unplugged now, but yeah, it just doesn't look great. Additionally, it's come to my attention that you can actually reapply thermal paste to GPUs, which I didn't really know. It sounds like when people open up their GPUs, they find that the factory did not necessarily do the best job with the paste. Thermal paste also, over time, kind of wears out, hardens up, and is less effective. I'm not really having any problems with my GPU. Some people have practically sworn by the fact that when they repasted their GPU, it was like a night and day difference. I don't expect to see anything like that. It's more of a peace of mind, and I'm kind of bored, and I kind of want to just do it. That's another thing we're gonna do. Additionally, when I look in HW Monitor, there's a few new parameters that I have not seen under the GPU specs called memory and hotspot. It's reaching temperatures of about 88 degrees Celsius. It's actually peaked at 91 degrees Celsius, which is uncomfortably hot. The actual GPU, or the parameter labeled GPU, is closer to like 70. I'm not sure why this memory or hotspot or whatever is getting so hot. I did a little research and I found that on some of the new 3080s, 3090s, the 3000 series cards, the manufacturers actually say that seeing like your memory temperatures getting up to well over 100 degrees Celsius, which is kind of insane, but apparently it's just not as bad as it sounds. That made me just kind of want to repaste it and see if we can get a little bit out of it. Not really expecting to see a huge performance difference. Kind of medium graphics, medium to high graphics. We're looking at about 70 degrees Celsius for the GPU itself. I'm just going to sort of use that as a rough benchmark and see what happens. And additionally, one of the final things that I'm going to be doing is installing an anti-sag bracket, which I just sort of happened to see at Micro Center, and I was like, oh, that's something I could use. Above the GPU, sort of between the CPU cooler and this exhaust fan, a lot of heat is building up, and I want to see if there's anything I can do about that. And what I want to do is increase the fan speed of my exhaust fans. However, to do that and increase the exhaust individually, I have to get them off of this splitter all of my fans share. So that's going to be yet another thing we do. I'm going to start by getting the GPU out. Let's do it. So to give you an idea of how much sag is in here, it's a lot of movement. So much sag that it split our friend's little head open. Oh, his little head rotates actually. Oh my god, what have we done? Alright, put him back together. After removing this small little riser, instead of being a riser that has threads, so this threads into the case and then has threads to receive on the other side through the motherboard, it just has a pin. So, obviously we can't thread anything into that. I lifted the motherboard up and replaced that one. So now it should be alright to receive our bracket. Okay, here we have our bracket, right? So pretty solid, giving it a good old yank there. And yeah, so it goes through the risers or attaches into the riser, which is directly mounted on the case. So it's not like it's even supporting from the motherboard. It's attached to the case. Additionally, I feel kind of dumb. Not only because I'm not going to repaste the GPU, because I didn't realize there was such thing as thermal pads. I don't know how to replace thermal pads, and I'm not really comfortable with doing it just yet. Well, actually, to be honest, I am comfortable trying it, but the truth is, I slept in the middle of the day, and I couldn't get over to Micro Center. And tomorrow's Memorial Day, so I don't know if they're going to really be open. But I will do that, but probably at a later date. So we're just going to do the GPU bracket. I also, yeah, I'm really not 100% sure how to do the thermal pads properly, and I want to make sure I do that right. The other thing that made me feel dumb is apparently fan splitters like this that split, literally split the voltage. So, I know fans probably don't get a full 12 volts or need it, but if I split it between 3 fans, that's like a 4 volt maximum that each fan could achieve, and that's not the direction I want to be going. I really kind of forgot the fact that my case fans in the top, my exhaust fans, and this intake fan in the bottom for what it's worth, are not actually pulse width modulation controllable, PWM controllable, so I can't actually control them anyway. However, this rear fan I can, so I am going to attach this to a fan header and crank it up a little bit, but yeah. Additionally, I'm highly considering replacing 3 of the fans in the case with some really quiet fans, as quiet as possible. I do have a lot of system noise. The front 2 intakes and then this rear intake are Corsair RGBs, and I want to keep that RGB functionality. However, these bottom ones are not, and I want to replace them with some fans that are as quiet as possible, so to bring down system noise. And until then, I'm just going to rewire this and continue working on cleaning up the wiring a little bit if I can. And yeah, then I'm going to get it back together and play. So here's our anti-sag bracket. I did have to trim it because it was too long, and it very well could have made contact with the fan there. So it's not super universal for every GPU, but with just a little bit of creativity and modification, it fits fine. And now we have a support bracket. Alright, so I am still on the quest for better cable management. So one of the things that is really killing me is my power strip. It just kind of lays here on the ground in front of everything, and then all my other power cords just kind of dangle and hang out there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to tuck them underneath my desk. I'm going to mount my surge protector / power strip or whatever underneath the desk. A couple reasons I'm doing that. Number one, it looks better. Number two, originally when I built this desk, or when I got this desk and did whatever to it, I wanted it to be like an all-in-one like gaming unit / desk. In theory, just one big desk that has like holes, routing for all the cable management and all that stuff, and then you just plug it in and it's all good. Oh, hello. I also have these little dudes, which I'm going to use to help kind of route the stuff on top of the desk and kind of neatly tuck it away. Hey! How far did you go in? Up to the tape?
Yeah.
That's cool.
Oh.
What? Can't get it straight?
That'll be fine. It's pretty straight. Can't really tell where that tape is.
No, you're good on that. Okay, there it is mounted. Let me try and position this off the kitchen. Oh. These couple cables, these power cables for I think the PC and one of the monitors, I just used one of these little clips to keep it taut and plug right in. I also have this wrapped up in this nice little knot. I'm going to figure out how to suspend it and plug it in. This broke off when I was trying to run it in a little more, so rip that guy. Starting with the microphone underneath the table, it travels underneath. Note there's no wires hanging down around where my feet would be. And then we have a couple of wires that come down from behind the desk, and a few through the grommet. And there our surge protector is, tied up with all the different wires made in a loop. Directly below the computer we have where it is mounted. It's all clean off to the side, and the power wire just comes down, runs under here to my outlet. Nothing really hanging down to get caught on the feet or even really see. And then we come up to the whole desk, and you pretty much can't see any wires other than the power cord, which could really be tucked away a little better. Coming up closer, we have the zips tied two together, the mouse wire running across it, and then the keyboard wire tucked up against the monitor stand. So really not too much visible. Behind here, it's a little worse. There are quite a lot of wires there. It's a little bit of a nest, but I tried to get it together in one little bundle.